Hey guys, it's Christine. Welcome back to my channel. Tyler and I bought our wedding bands! How freaking exciting. I wanted to just kind of tell you guys about the process and everything while it's still fresh in my brain, so that if anybody else is going through this, they kind of know what to expect, or if you're looking at this specific brand, you kind of know a little bit more information about them and our experience and everything. So I am so excited. I am glad that we can check this off, move on with everything else. It's already bought, on order, going to be here soon. I'm just so excited to just have it done. But I'm sitting here cozy with you guys just so that we can have an intimate moment and just kind of talk about everything. And I made some notes because I did not want to forget, especially because I feel like our process was just like a little bit unique, especially because we're eloping and everything. We just wanted to make everything along the process of getting married a little bit more special since we're not having a traditional ceremony. So picking out the rings and the whole experience and going together and living in the moment and enjoying it and like celebrating was just so special and so important to us. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so just a quick little backstory. We got engaged back in 2020 when I was looking at engagement rings. And a little PSA, like if you have faith that your person can 100% totally pick out what you will like, good for you. But I am a planner. I'm going to be wearing this for the rest of my life on my own finger, and I'm going to be looking at it and everybody is going to be asking me questions. So I wanted to make sure that I loved my rings. So I did do the process with Tyler of finding the perfect engagement ring because I wanted it to be perfect. So back in 2020, I knew that I wanted a bit of a bigger stone because back then, 3 years ago, that started to get a little bit more popular. But everybody was doing just like a bit of a simple band, and I knew I wanted something more than that. So we were just like on Google, on Pinterest, whatever it was, and we were looking up like rose gold, like oval, because I wanted a bit of a rounder shape because I have fat fingers. They're not short, but they're just very wide. I wanted to have something that wasn't just like eaten up by the size of my fingers. So the company that kept coming up with rose gold repeatedly with so many options was Brilliant Earth. And I was like, oh, I haven't really heard of them doing that many rings before. Like this was back in 2020. I feel like they're huge now. And plus, back then also not a lot of my friends were engaged, whereas everybody is now after the pandemic and everything. So we hadn't really heard that much of them. We watched and read and everything, just so many reviews just to make sure that they're a reputable company, and they are, and this is not sponsored. And point blank, they just had the biggest rose gold selection with my ring size, the type of band, the stone, like literally all of it, and they just had pages and pages of rose gold, and that was the most important thing to me. So I remember we were scrolling the website together and we came across this band called Valencia, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I thought it was the cutest band ever. It had a micro pave band, which I loved like a million times more than the normal pave band. I just thought micro pave was just so freaking cute and was just the like most subtle littlest detail. And now after receiving my ring, like because the stones are so small, it just catches the light so beautifully, especially like dim lighting. And I'm just so happy with my decision on that part. And there's a little bit of like hidden diamonds underneath the stone also. And a lot of the story I don't fully know because Tyler's the one who ended up going through and purchasing everything. I couldn't decide between moissanite and morganite. I was leaning more towards morganite because it was cheaper for the bigger stone and it was a little bit pinkier. But Tyler kept saying like, you don't want a pink ring, you just want like a rose gold band and then a normal stone. So his worry was, because I didn't want a pink ring, that the morganite that's pinkier on top of a rose gold band would just look like a pink stone. And I don't fully know if you can like pick how pink the stone is, especially online. Like back in 2020, everything was still closed, and we had planned ahead of time to get engaged that year, so it wasn't because of the pandemic. We were already like moving towards that goal together. But sorry, long story short, I ended up deciding on moissanite. I don't believe that it ended up being too much more expensive, but I knew for sure I did not want a diamond. That just wasn't realistic for my lifestyle, and I'm so happy and so glad that's what I went with. And like I mentioned earlier, I didn't tell Tyler like, this is the band I need, like this is the one you need to order. Like it's his budget, his whatever, like he can make his own decision from there. I just wanted to make sure he knew what I liked. Secretly, I feel like the past few weeks or weeks later, the more that I was thinking about it, I was just kind of like hoping it was going to be something like so similar, if not that one. And then obviously months and months later, that is the ring that he ended up proposing with. And I just feel like rose gold, it was so unique. and it just goes so well with my like tanner skin tone, and it's just different than regular gold, and I feel like you can mix it with metals more. So I don't know, I just really liked rose gold, and 3 years later I'm still not sick of it. I love it more than I did the first day. So I'm so happy with that decision, which brings me on to the wedding bands, because turns out Tyler likes rose gold just as much as me. So basically I was just like asking him, I think it was just like probably 8 months ago, like what he was looking for in a wedding band, and he was saying that he wanted rose gold to match me, and I was like, what? I feel like most guys are like, no, I'm not doing that, or like, I don't know, maybe it's girly or whatever, which it's totally not, but sometimes that's how people think. And he said he wanted rose gold, and I thought that was the cutest thing ever, because I don't think I know a single guy who has a rose gold wedding band. So that was just really special to me. I thought that was so stinking cute. So I remember we were just going on the website, looking at them, and honestly, boys have it so much easier. Like, they just have to pick like a millimeter size, a finish. Do you want stones? Do you not? Bada bing, bada boom, you're done. Like, girls, there are so many different styles. It is honestly pretty hard to like narrow it down without physically trying them on. So last September we went on a trip to Arizona, and we had some free extra time. We were walking around downtown, and there was a Brilliant Earth store. So we walked in, they said that you didn't need any appointments at all. They could do a free cleaning right then and there while we were trying on wedding bands. So we tried on a few, and walking into it, I thought that I wanted like a ring that would like hug my stone. Like, you know, the ones that are kind of like a U shape. And I think it was at this appointment that I realized that just would not work with my stone shape, unless I ended up going with like a really pointy, like stacking ring, which I did not want. And just most of the stacking rings I loved would just like hide under my stone. So it's like, okay, I need a band that will complement the micro pave, because again, like I was trying on bigger like oval stones, and just nothing was complementing my ring enough. So basically from this moment on, every time I tried on rings, I would just add it to an album on my phone so that I could have them all in one area. I could keep looking back through the pictures to make sure I knew what I wanted. So then a few months later, we went to LA. I think it was downtown LA to try on rings. I tried on a few new ones, and then I also tried on a few little repeats. And my eye just kept catching the same band that's kind of like a bubble, like scalloped edges, I guess. And it wasn't even the stones in the ring that complemented my band. It was more just like the band shape. For some reason, it just went so well with my engagement ring, and that's what really stood out to me. So that appointment was said and done, and then about, I think it was in February, we went to our third and final appointment in Santa Monica up in LA also, and we had the nicest girl helping us. She let us try on any and every ring. She would pull up pricing, different colors, different stone sizes and shapes. And before that appointment, she emailed us and said, what are you interested in, so I can pull them from other locations and make sure they're here. And I was just like, oh my gosh, chef's kiss, that is amazing. Like, I just honestly thought that was just such nice customer service that they are able to pull from other locations. And like, I had a list of like 7 different rings, and she had every single one of them. I just thought it was the nicest thing ever, and I will never forget that. But basically, Tyler's getting fitted for the first time. I got refitted just to like double check, because my engagement ring, Tyler and I had tried on rings before, but I was only fitted once. So this time I just wanted to just double check, make sure. And she said with wedding bands that you should go a little bit smaller, because there's not a big stone to like keep it on your finger. So I ended up sizing down from an 8.5 to an 8.25, which I'm really happy about. I feel like that size is going to be perfect. And then Tyler, I believe, was supposed to be more like a 9, but he sized down to an 8.75, which again, it's so nice that they did quarter sizes, because it really did make that much of a difference, as odd as it sounds. And just a little PSA, you can get little adjustable ring sizers on Amazon. You can get a set of 2 for like $3. That's what I did, so that when because I have such big fingers, they don't sell anything bigger than a size 9 in stores. The ones on Amazon are really helpful to finding your true size if you're shopping online. But in this case, we went in person and it was super easy. So overall, our experience with each of the 3 Brilliant Earth stores in person, and then this whole process of like trying to find our dream rings and everything, has honestly been such a dream. It's just been so fun, and everybody's just so helpful and so nice, and everything is also very straightforward. Like, there were no hidden fees or hidden costs or like fine writing or anything like that. Like, everything was very blatant, upfront, like you knew what you were getting into. After that appointment, Tyler and I basically landed on the rings we wanted. Tyler wanted to go with just a plain, simple band, and then I like the tiara style, and I'll put all of the pictures up on the screen so that you guys know what I'm talking about. We left, we wanted to sit on it. She said that it would take about 6 to 9 weeks for the rings to come in. Again, this was like February, so we're like, let's wait a little bit longer to get closer to our event in September, because there was other things that we needed to be buying at that time. So we're like, let's just save for a little bit longer and like check other things off the list. So about a week ago, we went back in the store just one last time. It was just easier. I feel like instead of doing it over email, we just wanted to make sure we were very like straight with what we wanted. We didn't want any questions or confusion. And again, because we're not doing a regular ceremony, we wanted to make everything so freaking special. Like we just wanted to like remember that moment, get champagne after, go out to dinner and just remember that moment. So we went back up to Santa Monica, we reconfirmed our sizes, she showed us our rings one last time, and instead of it taking 6 to 9 weeks, it's only going to take 2. So we are literally supposed to get the rings next week, and I didn't want to show them physically on our finger in this video because I just want everything to just be and stay special until September. So if you follow me on Instagram, then I will be obviously showing it when the time comes, but it's still too early for that. But yeah, the whole process was seamless, easy. We were so happy with our decision. I can't wait to go pick them up next week, try on our actual sizes, because I could never get them actually like over my finger because my finger is so big. So it was just so frustrating. I feel like a lot of people get to actually try them on their ring finger, but I just couldn't. Tyler, luckily, I believe was able to try on them on that actual size because he has a pretty average standard man's finger, I guess. But yeah, we are so excited. I just wanted to kind of share my experience with Brilliant Earth and how happy we are, and kind of just document this also to like look back on later and remember the process and the stages and everything. And it's just such an exciting time, and it's just between you and the person that you're getting married to. So I don't know, just overall it's so special and so cute. So if you guys have any questions about our experience or Brilliant Earth or wedding ring shopping or anything like that, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. And if you guys have bought wedding bands from them or even an engagement ring, let me know, because I'm just curious and I love looking at rings. I feel like it's like a hobby of mine. Like I just love looking at them. So make sure you guys let me know down below, and then I can go on the website and look at the pictures. But until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Getting tired of the way